Hello, fixed signs of Leo, Taurus, Aquarius and Scorpio. This is your reading for May the 8th until the 14th. We're going to be looking at some current energies, some other factors impacting as well. Then we're going to check out some spirit guidance, possible outcomes, as well as an Angels and Ancestors Oracle card for you at the end as well. So as always, please take what resonates and discard the rest, because these are general readings. So then, of course, you know, parts of it may apply for you and parts may not. So just be aware of that. And yes, let's just call in the Archangels, Ascendant Masters, Light Beings, Spirit Guides, Sisterhood of the Rose, Melchizedek, Master Yeshua, Master Buddha, any other consciousnesses, the Dolphin and Whale consciousness as well. Any other consciousnesses or spirit guides that are resonant with the frequency of unconditional love are most welcome to assist us with this reading, and as we are always grateful for assistance and also for the input from our own higher selves as we are able to communicate in those high frequency realms as well. Let's look at some current energies for you, fixed signs. Wow, Ten of Cups, Devil. Knight of Wands. Well, moving right along. Okay, so it's almost like you've made some really quick progress in moving from this to this. Okay, so basically it's kind of looking like you're in a really great place at the moment emotionally, or you're having a really good idea, or you have a really good idea of what this means for you and what you want to do and move towards it. Hence you want to move towards it, and you want to move towards that fairly quickly, but there could be things getting in the way. You know, this could be attachments, habits, possibly addictions, and you know, take what resonates. Okay, there could be unhelpful connections or attachments that are holding you back in some way, or it may be something internal, perhaps a pattern of thinking or pattern of feeling or behaving that is perhaps hindering your movement towards this, or even if, you know, to move towards a 9, or, you know, a 9 of Cups is kind of pretty cool as well. But I mean, take what resonates. Either you've let go of a lot of stuff and you're feeling this, or you're wanting to move to this and there are things that are getting in the way. Okay, so just take whichever one of those resonates. Let's look at some other factors impacting as well. And it's looking like, you know, with the Knight of Wands, that you are kind of a bit fired up about wanting to really perhaps get to the bottom of some of this, you know, unhelpful attachment energy. That could well be another energy you're feeling as well. Okay, other factors impacting. Here we go. We're going to cut the deck. And we have the Three of Pentacles reversed, the Tower, and the Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, so there's something that's happened that's, or maybe it's going to happen. It might not be major. It might just be something, you know, fairly small and not a big deal, but it may be hindering your movement or the application of your practical skills. And, you know, this Tower moment, it may kind of cause some, I guess, unsettled feelings a little bit. We're going to grab some spirit guidance in a minute too, to just see how else we can look at this Tower energy, because I mean, this could also be about a realization or a coming down to earth of sorts as well. And it may even be that the Tower has fallen directly under the Devil card, so it may even be that you have just recently become aware of some of your attachments or habits. I experienced this a few weeks ago, and you know, sometimes those parts of yourself, you can see them and you're like, oh, I'm talking like, you know, psychologically, like, you know, you can identify certain patterns or ways of being that you've kind of just adopted on a kind of almost permanent basis. But then sometimes you kind of wake up and go, well, I don't really want to be in that building anymore. I think I just need to do something different, come back down to earth and get real. That's one example, okay? I'm not saying that that applies in your case. It may be something similar or quite different. Or it could even be something externally that's happened, possibly to someone that's close to you. Maybe they're going through a major transition, and it's, you know, perhaps that's affecting your ability to move forward with things that you're needing to do. And, you know, it may not be, you may be, you know, you're probably in a vibration of care and consideration, but it's not necessarily something that you're over the moon in love with, so to speak, but that you are still, you know, taking care of that situation, that you're wanting to apply your compassion and care to that, whatever that is. Let's look at some spirit guidance as well. Right, here we go. We have for your cardinal signs Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio. Okay, interesting. Queen of Cups, Ace of Wands, lovely, and the Eight of Swords in reverse. Well, that's really awesome. The fascinating thing was that in the cardinal signs we had the Queen of Cups was in the reverse, but here we have fixed signs. She's in the upright, which means that, and often this is the case if you're experiencing a bit of a change or a shift, and because that devil energy is in there, like this is not really necessarily a small energy. It can be something perhaps deep-seated that you've recognized in yourself, and you might, you know, and you're kind of just perhaps reeling from it, or you're trying to adjust and integrate the new energy that wants to come through, and you might just need some time for yourself to introspect and do some journaling, and you know, just especially about your emotions. Okay, yeah, we have a couple of cards here too, so it's about looking emotionally about how you're feeling about things, and this is, you know, Spirit's suggesting that you spend a little bit of time for yourself in self-reflection, and they're also just wanting to remind you, the other guidance is that this is like almost like pure, like your spirit, like your an awareness of your own spirit, your soul connection. So you may well be, perhaps when you're introspecting here, self-reflecting, you may be able to move yourself into a space where you can start to feel your spiritual connection, your higher self, okay? And I think perhaps Spirit's sort of suggesting that you do that, like something spiritual, a spiritual practice or a spiritual ritual, something that you can do daily that is sort of sacred for you, something that's sacred, and find something that resonates deeply with you personally, okay? That will enable you to be in that space. Because our higher selves are that beautiful constant, and we are always, our light body, our inner light is always constant, okay? So when we are dealing with these types of energies, okay, to be able to move the mind and focus on those aspects of our being that are eternal and always present can really help us to cope with those, you know, the unsettling energies. Because the interesting thing is that these are experiences, they do not define us. So when we have that ability to really go within and contemplate our spirit, we can get to the core of actually who we are, okay, and really feel that in a more solid way, in a more conscious way. Okay, it's not something in the background that we never feel like we can get in touch with, because if we take the time, we can feel into that. Okay, and that's a really lovely, this is really awesome spirit guidance. It's really great, just for assistance. And the fact that you have this in reverse means that you are indeed letting go of internal mind talk, perhaps internal self-negation, internal self-doubt. And that, you know, contemplating your spiritual aspect, being in that mode is going to help you to keep releasing whatever needs releasing, okay? And yeah, I mean, this makes sense now, the reading, because this is the devil energy, I believe, is possibly to do with this. So, and, you know, it's really a case of we can be our own worst enemy. I mean, take what resonates, of course. But, you know, I find that personally, you know. Sometimes we think that other people don't want us to do things or whatever, but sometimes it can be a little bit of an illusion, unless someone's outright telling you that they don't want you to do A and B. Okay. I guess what I'm saying is that if people around you aren't doing what you like and you feel that they are a bit disapproving, like if they're a little bit disapproving and you don't feel comfortable to do what you want to do, then you're still kind of talking yourself out of it. Like you're still kind of, but you're going to be releasing. So this is you talking yourself out of things and being in self-doubt. This is you releasing that tendency, okay? Let's look at some possible outcomes for you fixed signs. Yeah, so you may be experiencing, like there may be a bit of a creative block and perhaps like feeling a little bit blocked emotionally or creatively as a result. But yeah, but I just find it really fascinating. So I've just got to do this now because at the start here, you know, you're holding this wand. It's almost like you are aware, you know that you want to move forward spiritually, but there are things getting in the way. But here you are, your spirit guidance is to say yes. You know, what you are sensing into about your own spiritual connection is true, and you just need to spend more time with it. I just needed to put that in there. Now we're going to cut the deck for some possible outcomes. Ace of Swords, pure consciousness. Fantastic. Fixed signs, this is great. Oh, we have more moving on from grief. So this is you kind of being in grief, and this is you actually moving on from it because it came out in the reverse. And we have the Ten of Pentacles. I have chills, fixed signs, because Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, Scorpio, you literally have it in your reading, the Ten of Cups, and you have the Ten of Pentacles. So that is your most abundant life, your most happy life, your most fulfilled life, that you are, not only that, you have two aces. So you have the pure light of awareness, of consciousness, so you'll be able to sense into that. You also have your pure spiritual. So these together are really powerful. Okay, this is once again another, spiritual awakening reading, which we had for cardinal signs as well. This is just really beautiful. You are letting go. All of the grief and negative thought cards are in reverse. So you are letting them go. You are facing your internal stuff. You are going through that tower is also an integration phase. So it's those energies where things feel like they're in a bit of a turbine or a bit of a mix. But you have these beautiful aces. So if you can really come into your spiritual connection, this beautiful Queen of Cups here. And also you have your, this might also be a suggestion as an outcome, is that you're going to be getting really clear on things, okay? But perhaps practicing some meditation or mindfulness, like looking into that as well. And the other outcome, of course, you're going to be releasing your any of those upset emotions that were sort of part of that tower energy. You'll be releasing that, and you will also be experiencing abundance, which is not just about financial, material comforts, okay? It's about health, well-being. It's about family connections. It's about connections with loved ones as well. And yeah, that's just fantastic. Let's breathe. Let's just breathe that in. This is so awesome. I also wanted to say that we have so Leo, this is one of your cards here, the Knight of Wands. And we also have another Knight here, is in the reverse. So Scorpio, you're actually in the reverse, but that's okay. Because, and it's not just Scorpios in the reverse. Okay, that was about the perhaps uncomfortable feelings that are kind of going along with the tower moments, with this, coming back down to earth, getting real, or perhaps looking at those parts of yourself that you may feel need a little work. Okay. And I can totally relate to that myself. Yeah. We often have our own little aha moments and our own little internal wake-ups, don't we? Right. And we do have to honour them, you know. We do have to spend a little bit of time with them. But let's grab a Angels and Ancestors Oracle card for your fixed signs. And we will also read a little from the book to see if there's an extra little message that can come through for you on this. Hermit. This is very resonant with the Queen of Cups here, folks. And, wow, and also this about getting the mind clear, okay, also spiritual connection. Now, I mean, the spiritual connection doesn't have to be meditation, okay? You might feel spiritual connection just going for a walk in nature, but it's important to be able to give yourself that time to connect with that, okay? But this is beautiful. It says retreat and recharge. Now, certainly, you know, with Tower things going on, that's an awesome thing to do. And I also love how this here is that the brow chakra. So you might like to do some work on the brow chakra, which is really that idea about, you know, coming into focus. I'm just going to grab this out of the book here. Find the page. Here we go. Okay. Take time to rest and recuperate in order to continue your growth. Benefit from the information that will come directly from your heart space. So that's interesting, isn't it? Tuning into the heart as well as, you know, your spirit connection, which is through the heart too. The heart is the portal of that. The Hermit card is one of solitude and meditation. It represents your capacity to go within and arrive at the cave of your heart. Many of the answers to your problems lie within, and if you don't take the time to connect with yourself and feel comfortable alone, you won't be able to hear the messages that are rising up inside you. The cross-legged meditation position of the cave-dwelling sadhu on the card is an invitation to harness the power of your meditation practice. The Sri Yantra symbol behind him represents the union of masculine and feminine, energies, hence support from Mother, Father, God. I'm also just going to read the little extended message here, which is another quick paragraph. You have been working hard and giving your all to your current situation, and it may become draining and detrimental to your development unless you retreat and recharge your energies. Definitely the case here, I think, in this reading. So you are being guided to take a step back at this time. If you are working on bringing something together, your over-involvement could impede the process. So retreat and breathe. If you have something to say or do that could have a larger impact on your life, spend some time in deep thought, even contemplation, before moving forward. Often when we rush in, we don't see how destructive our actions can be. So meditate and listen to your soul's wisdom before proceeding further. Interesting. And this Knight of Wands was rushing in here, okay, right at the start. And even that devil energy right next to it, maybe that also is a warning about rushing in. Okay. But here, this is the beautiful Queen of Cups, is, you know, that contemplation, just reminding us to take time inward for ourselves so we can rejuvenate and recharge. That's what I have for you, Leo, Taurus, Aquarius, and Scorpio fixed signs. I hope that was helpful and a bit resonant. So I hope you have a lovely day, a beautiful week, and I will catch you again soon. Bye for now.